and today I'm going to be doing my biannual Bibliothon wrap-up. Now, it didn't go as well as I hoped to, because if you follow my Instagram, you would see the TBR I made, and I did not stick that well to it, and also I am 1 book short. I wanted to read 8 books, and I only read 7. So yeah, let's start talking about them. So the first prompt was to read a book based on another fictional story. Now, originally I was supposed to read For This Eligible by Curtis Sittenfield, because I believe this is a retelling of, I think it was Pride and Prejudice, but it's a thick book. So I decided to switch to Rose's Daughter by Robin McKinley, which is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. It's a lot shorter, so that's why I picked it, and I was already in the middle of it, so that was even a bit cheating. But yeah, I read this book. I think I gave it 3 stars. I read another Beauty and the Beast retelling by this author, which I liked a lot more. But this was just okay. It did drag on a little bit, and also the fact that this is a mass market paperback, and literally the font is super tiny, so like it was hard to get through, but it was an okay story. The next prompt was the free choice, I believe. So for the free choice, I read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through a Looking Glass, the Amazon edition by Lewis Carroll, and I have been wanting to read like Alice in Wonderland for the longest time because I never have. Literally, I never have, and I loved the movie when I was a kid. I still love it, so I was very excited to read this, and it didn't disappoint me, but like after watching the movie, this wasn't all that great. Now, I still gave it 3 stars, and I really liked it, but it wasn't what I was expecting. And then for the illustrations prompt, like a book with illustrations, I kind of cheated and I read Through the Looking Glass. This is a different edition. This is the Penguin Popular Classics edition, and I wanted to check, like I had these 2 editions, I wanted to check if this was any different from the one that's included in the other book. It is not any different, but it does have some illustrations, like for example this one. So yeah, so I technically just skimmed through this book. I didn't actually read it, so that's another cheat. Sorry, I did terribly. I'm so ashamed, but yeah, this book, same as I said earlier, it was okay, but just after watching the movie, it just wasn't as fantastic. The next prompt was to read a book that you predicted would be a 5-star read. Now, for this book, I read Vanishing Girls by Lauren Oliver. Now, this is the first book I read by this author, and I was expecting it to be 5 stars because it is a thriller. It's supposed to be, that it actually isn't. But yeah, now starting this, I really liked it. I liked the book almost through until in the end there was a plot twist, and although I did not expect a plot twist, it wasn't something that for me made sense in the story. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I was pretty confused at first with it, so that's why I ended up giving it 4 stars and not 5, because I thought the plot twist wasn't very well introduced to the story. So yeah, but overall I did really like this. I loved the switch of perspectives and the overall story of this book. I do recommend it if you want a thriller, but please don't mind the plot twist at the end. So the next prompt was to read an adult book, and I have currently very little to choose from for that prompt. So why are my books crooked? Oh, yeah, okay. And for the adult book, I picked Satisfaction by Thea Devine because I have very few adult books, and this is one that I have had for forever and I had not read. Now, I thought this was just going to be a slutty romance, but it's turned out to be historical fiction, and it was very weird. Like, I did like it. There was a very nice mystery in this, which I did appreciate, but my problem was, like, there was one character, a man, and he was so terrible. Like, I do get that this was written, like, the time frame of this was like 100 years ago or something like that, and I realized, like, society was very different then, so men were very mean and belittling to women, but it really showed in this book, especially with one specific character, and I sometimes wanted to just grab him and like murder him. Like, he was so annoying, and I was like if you were in modern days, I would already have you hanged. But anyways, but apart from that, I did like it. I think I gave 3 or 4 stars, maybe 3, probably 3. It was okay. It wasn't as terrible as I thought it was gonna be, and I really liked the actual storyline. So next, the prompt was to read a book you were excited for but never got to pick up, and I chose We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler. This book, it was not at all what I was expecting it to be. This book is about a dysfunctional family where there were 3 kids. One of them disappeared, and the other ran away from home and doesn't want to come back. And I thought this was gonna be like a mystery, like maybe the one that disappeared was murdered or kidnapped or I don't know what. And I thought it was gonna be like a thriller, mystery type book. No, it was not. It was something else entirely. The plot twist, again, it was one of those plot twists that I was not expecting, but it turned the book out from a thriller to a literary fiction book, and I did not 100% appreciate that like other people did. Like, a lot of people love this book, so that kind of like hinged the reading experience for me. But still, I think I gave it 4 stars. It was okay, but like I said, another confusing plot twist. And for the last book, for the prompt to read a book with a beautiful cover, I was planning to read Circe by Madeline Miller, because look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this. It is stunning. But I only had like a day of the read-a-thon left, and it's not terribly long, but there was no way I could read this in a day. So instead of this, I decided to pick up Our Chemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland. What am my dog doing? You're gonna throw this. Okay. Our Chemical Hearts by Crystal Sutherland. Now, I actually really like this book. This is a very interesting contemporary. It's about Henry Page, who was a high school boy, and in his senior year, a girl comes new to his school, and she's very weird, and she has a mystery behind her. It was very nice. I loved the fact that a lot of it is... Sorry. I love the fact... Okay, now it's Living Like a Liar, but this has a lot of like text messages, as you can see, and I love that because in a lot of the stories it looks like the author's trying to just fluff it up, like fill it up, but in this story it did not feel that way, and I actually really liked this. It was a very easy and fast read. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. Like, it didn't blow my mind, but it was really good, and I really recommend it if you're looking for a fluffy summer contemporary. And that is it. The other book that I was planning to read was to read one of the host's 5-star reads, but I did not have time to read that. So anyways, but the book was Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. This was, I believe, not Emma's, I don't remember whose, but this was a host's 5-star read, and I really want to read it because I have not read Twilight yet, and I know this is like a classic of the young adult literature area, even though it isn't actually like literary good stuff. But yeah, I really was excited to read it, so I'll read this probably another time, maybe in fall near Halloween, because it is vampires. But yeah, that was what I was planning to read. So I was planning to read 8 books. I read 7. 2 were changed to smaller books, and one of them I skimmed. But still, it wasn't that bad. Now, wasn't terrible, but yeah, that's what I read. Please comment down below what you read, and also like and subscribe because I am a new channel and I still don't really know what's going on, but I'm excited to do this. And yeah, bye guys.